Tripaloski, handlass tusowki, Adidas klasowki. Tripaloski.
Zawędrowała na środek boiska i teraz
What is up, everyone? It's your favorite punk YouTuber on YouTube, The Natural, here yet again with another video on the channel, and we're back with another TMIR Extra video. I just want to say I apologize for not having a TMIR Extra video last month. Let's just say I've had a lot of technical difficulties last month with cameras and many other things going on, lights, etc. But anyway, I just want to apologize for not having a TMIR Extra video last month. A lot of technical difficulties. So anyway, what this show is, if you're new here, and this show pretty much is everything that I've missed in my main show, TMIR, this month in review, goes into this extra show. So anyway, what have I missed in the month of June of 2021? YouTube versus TikTokers happened in a boxing event. And, well, it wasn't really that great.
He is a man of many interests. He said earlier tonight he loves donuts. He launched his own clothing line, which makes beanies and snapbacks. He created a graphic novel called Kung Fu Hero in the Forbidden City. Keem, is there anything that this man cannot do?
Social Gloves were the people promoting this event, really, that were the battle of the platforms, they were calling it. YouTube versus TikTok. 6 YouTubers taking on 6 TikTokers in 2 minutes, 5 rounds, and it wasn't a great spectacle, let's say. The boxing, for example, was okay, I guess. You know, the only big, massive, eye-boggling sort of thing that happened was s.t.a.l.k.e.r was literally KO'd someone. Honestly, what a sick knockout. So he gets my respect for what he did in that. That was a fucking sick TKO. Valor sort of really didn't really perform. Austin McBroom won his fight against some dude called Bryce Hall, who literally thinks he's pretty much the Jake Paul of TikTok. So he has no credibility whatsoever after this. But the two fighters I want to talk about specifically, one is Anderson Gibb and the other is Deji. We'll get on to Deji later, but I want to talk about Anderson Gibb, who was fighting some TikToker. I can't remember his freaking name. And let's just say, he absolutely dominated it from start to finish. It was got to be one of the most dominated performances I have ever seen in YouTube boxing history. You know, from first round to fucking 5th round, Anderson Gibb destroyed him. I mean, I'm surprised that the TikTokers team didn't throw the freaking towel in after round 4 because he was just getting battered. It was unreal. And the thing is, and this is what really just pissed off I think everybody, especially in the UK YouTube scene, definitely, was that it was a draw. Now I have got to single-handedly say, I ain't a boxing experienced dude. I've never ever have been in a boxing match. I know nothing about the sport. But let me tell you this, I can tell you for a fact that that match was not a draw. No chance it was a draw. What were the judges doing? What were those judges watching? You know, because I know the fact they weren't watching the boxing match. I don't know if they're watching Belle the Fiend's OnlyFans or some chick's OnlyFans or some Twitch streamer in a hot tub or something, but they weren't watching that fight. No fucking chance. Simple as that. They were not watching that event. They were not watching that boxing match. No chance. I think Social Gloves even tweeted out that the TikToker actually beat Anderson Gibb. So there's already conspiracy theories going around that, you know, Social Gloves actually wanted the TikToker to win. I think the boxing committee actually came out a few days later and actually made a statement saying no, Gibb won. I'm happy that the boxing committee literally overturned the decision, because honestly, that would be the biggest injustice in sport if he didn't win that thing. If he didn't win that boxing match. But anyway, he won. I'm happy for the guy. Now I get on to Deji, who for me was the only YouTuber in the whole event to lose. That's right, all the other YouTubers won, while he took a big massive L. Now, Deji has got a lot of criticism because he didn't really train for this. He didn't really put a lot of effort into it. Yada yada yada. I agree to a certain extent, but I'm going to say it right now. Deji is not a boxer. Let me say it again. Deji is not a boxer. It's simple as that. If you're in a boxing event, it doesn't even matter if it's a YouTube event, TikTok event, whatever bloody event it is, if it's for charity. There's one thing you do: you train, you train, and you train, and you train. Now Deji can sit there and say, well, I trained, I did like 5 sparring sessions in 5 days. I'm not buying that. Watching the highlights of the fight, you were gassed out after the 2nd round, bro. Like, I couldn't, like, it's a 5-round fight. It's not even a 6-round fight, or a 12 round, or 10 round, a 7 round. Like, an amateur fight is, in Olympics, is a 6-round fight. You had 5 rounds, and you gassed out after 2. Like, I find that ridiculous, bro. What was your training session? What was your team doing in the training? Like, what were they doing? Single-handedly playing fucking Fortnite or something? Because you weren't sparring. You weren't on the treadmill working on your fitness. I mean, you said in the last fight against Jake Paul you were gassed out. You needed to work on stamina. You need to work on sort of a mentality of staying in the fight for the whole duration. What the hell? You got beat by an 18-year-old TikToker. No disrespect to the 18-year-old TikToker, as much as I don't like TikTok and I hate that damn platform, but, you know, he's an 18-year-old TikToker who's probably never been in a boxing event. Hell, he's probably never done anything physical activity in his whole life. You had experience of being in a boxing event with Jake Paul. I know that's a few years ago, but still, I just find it really bizarre that you didn't even take it seriously. Boxing is one of those sports that you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk, or punch the punch sort of thing. And you didn't do it. You lost, and to be perfectly honest, you deserve to lose, because if you didn't go into the mentality to win, of course you're going to lose. So that's pretty much the event as a whole. I thought it was terrible. I thought the music was terrible. I thought the production wasn't great. The commentators were terrible. If I had to give it out of 10, I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10. I would say it would have been a 4, but because of FaZe Jarvis's amazing knockout and Anderson Gibb, apart from that, it was absolutely terrible. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But what does this do for YouTube boxing going forward? Now, I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of this sort of, what you call it, meta, or what you call it, sort of new sport event that YouTube boxing has become. Now, I've made my sort of, you know, say on YouTube boxing as a whole. I've said that I think I'm not a fan of it. I'm sort of tired of it. But I think what we've seen with obviously Logan Paul taking on Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul recently and his fights, I think this right now is just put a line in the sand, as this now is what's going to happen in the future. We're going to see more of these You're going to see more YouTubers, more TikTokers, probably Instagrammers, Twitch stars, Twitch creators on actual boxing main event cards in the future. You're going to see more of these events in the future as well. I know KSI is going to fight Jake Paul, so it's going to happen next year. So I know for the fact of the matter is this is going to continue going forward, which not a lot of people are probably happy about, but it is what it is. This is the new norm. If you don't like it, don't watch it, don't subscribe, don't pay money for it. Just go and do something else that you love to do. That's it, really. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole YouTube TikTok boxing event. Come back to me in 2022. We'll talk about KSI versus take it on Jake Paul.
That sounds good to me.
There's something to leave.
I'm checking out, sir.
Yeah,
Check out.
Go ahead, ring out. If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet.
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
Conspiracy theorists think, and I mean think, that if you take the COVID-19 vaccine, you become magnetic.
You serious?
There are conspiracy theorists out there who aren't really that pleased with the COVID-19 vaccine. There are Karens and Jeffs of the world who have single-handedly said, hey, you know what, I took this Pfizer vaccine, but right now I've got this key stuck to my damn chest and I can't take it off. I actually find myself trying to understand the tin hat brigade that is the conspiracy theorists. Enlighten me how a COVID-19 vaccine makes you magnetic. Please, I mean, when you took the COVID-19 vaccine, did a massive pan spank you in the damn freaking head? You know, did any magnetic thing come at you? Did a phone come at you? Did, I don't know, a car come at you? It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, these people literally complaining about magnetic. Go and talk to Alex Jones, see what he's got to say. He's probably still single-handedly furious about the freaking water turned the freaking frogs bloody gay.
You think I am like shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Crap.
Conspiracy theorists. You just make yourself into a meme. You really just expect to be memed. Oh, dearie me. E3 released some brand new games, and let's just say some of them look very good and amazing, and the rest look pitiful. E3 2021, where last year it didn't happen because of the global pandemic, and a lot of other things didn't happen last year, including me not going on vacation. It is what it is. Hopefully this year, probably not going to be this year, it's probably not going to happen next year. But anyway, enough about my life. But yeah, E3 happened this year, and some intriguing games were released, you know, just to name a few. Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, Far Cry 6, which looks amazing, but it's a Ubisoft game, so you know, it's one of those type of games. You think it looks great, but does it play great? Games for the Nintendo, for example, Mario Golf, Mario Party, and a brand new The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. But I think the game that's intrigued me the most is Stalker 2. That game looks freaking amazing. If the trailer looks as good as the gameplay, holy smokes, I cannot wait to play that game. I really can, because that game looks freaking dope. There's a lot of other games as well, a lot of indie games, a lot of other PlayStation games as well, but they didn't really look eye-catching than these games I just said. So yeah, that's pretty much E3 2021 in a nutshell, really. So everyone, that's the end of another video on the channel, and the end of another TMIR Extra video. If you think that conspiracy theorists literally ranting and having arguments about the fact that the COVID-19 vaccine that they're getting is making them magnetic. It's got to be the most ridiculous and stupidest thing you've ever freaking seen, heard, or even talked about. Then just lean back and headbutt that motherfucking like button. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. The link is just down there in the description. I hope you all have an amazing day out there. Stay safe and healthy too. Please like, subscribe. The Natural, the punk of YouTube, is out.